Just welcome him with a nice round of applause, please.
Sonda Pastor Chimona Pose, Mualon Tato, Tamarco Sabando, Moturi Samai, Atura Pastoria Yatawananga, Ridirudo La Fura, on the front of the Bruni Wananga, Itotoka Cameru, Amatama Fupita Merindi, the watch Yamanadunika Nastanga Wananga, Amango Mahari Dand, Nangwesta Russo Kotsibura, Rimsatana Munota Pascule, Munama Sato the Pascule, the Queen of Dino Offender. God, Papuri, Mupapula Machina, Bendi Muturu Wanyina, the Muturu Maquara, Wapasalamanda, Nanarukerwa, Batumendana, Dana Muturu, Wamanda, when the Wabrugo Puteta, when I just don't get an angel, Asinangel and Deliatu Palata, the Muturu Marati Piakanda, Moya Pinama, Sanda Pasrich Manakosi, the Mutanga Tawe, Musiana Nasara, the Tosala Chisumona, God and Papuri, Mufenda Mupigana Ifela Bifam Fandasara, Aya Singwaye, Karanove, Binaru, Churu Samadi, Sandawak, Binaru, Chofuka na Chawat, you want to tell a Kawata Pusna data, Nede, Binaru, Farina one of the forecast, Nede, Kakamir, Chofuka na Chawat, Magana Manem, Mampukushila Karat, Nede, Musandawaga, Binarum, on a TV Usinam Dagas, Binarum, Mampukushila Karat, God, Amino Sumba, Nede, Amba, Bamba Sandau, Tendi Amira, Kakamir.
Because of time, I will say all protocol observed. All great change in America begins at the dinner table. So says Ronald Reagan. It is so strange that a good dinner and feasting can reconcile everybody. People are gathered here having come from different provinces just to congratulate Collen Mashawana for the benevolence he had continued to propitiate. I had to commit to a return trip measuring to 1,000 plus kilometers to grace this dinner. To my great surprise and pleasure, a number of people who are in attendance at this dinner happen to be people I have dreamed to meet. Enjoying a meal together is beside the point. It is notable to me that all this comes with rubbing shoulders and networking with great influential leaders. The most successful people in our society at every level are those who know the greatest number of other successful people. They organize their lives to meet these successful people by deliberate design, not by accident. Hence, the last year Collen's 40th birthday celebration and the gala dinner unfolding tonight. Honestly, Collen, it may well be that as a child, you have never dreamt of these big milestones, where you can even invite royalties, political leaders, business people, comedians, and artists. This bears witness to the reality that given the requisite will, it is possible that a child of a commoner to be influential.
nasisili khawa ni vuhosi.
One thing that Collen is addicted to is generosity.
Na unoyoresa mumuhangwa.
He once told me that he derives happiness once he sees the destitute lifted out of their misery.
Rutiti runasekera.
It gives him absolute pleasure to witness those who were once destitute latching onto a state of exuberance
Musanda wanga.
with an insatiable desire to generate pleasure for the benefit of others.
Na umalima kavateka shango lavo.
Collen combined a notion of balanced piety with magnificent generosity in bringing his charities into action.
Collen kafwe drobo.
Due to social and economic challenges that members of our communities have to contend with, such as abject poverty, high unemployment rate, and high illiteracy level, the Collen Mashawana Foundation has continuously been building houses for the poor and also buying groceries for them.
Zvibuya zvaweriko zvibona.
I strongly propose that by virtue of having machinated all of these good deeds, the Mashawana Foundation rendered itself to be more than deserving of a good round of applause.
Rutiti runasekera.
Collen, without attempting to project myself as a man of cloth, I do want you to know and keep in mind that in Psalm 41 verse 1, the Bible says, and I quote, "Blessed is the man who had regard for the poor. The Lord delivers him in times of trouble." Then the saying goes, "Upandu upaheya." Pambano hapa ndiya uri anikopaheya kamutambi.
Zvikopfala muhali.
Nikopaheya zvisimani zvamashudu na tsireledzo.
Rikotozvibona ngamato.
Collen, we honor you for showing us time and again that you can give wholeheartedly. You literally live through to the African saying which goes, you don't give someone a goat for a gift and still hold onto the rope.
Chidada muhali.
May the good Lord bless you manifold for what you have done and for what you continue to do.
Jesu washuwa nevaka la Afrika Chipembe.
In 1 John chapter 3 verse 17, the Bible also says, if anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need, but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in that person?
Rutiti runasekera.
The word further says, whoever shuts their ears to the cry of the poor will also cry out and not be answered.
Nasilikawa ni vuhadziane ngeivenda thando.
The story of Joseph is one of my favorite in the Bible. Joseph, who has every reason in the world to ignore or punish his brothers, lavishes the best of Egypt upon them.
Chidada muhali.
It's generosity on a whole other level. It is kind of generosity that comes from knowing and trusting the Lord.
Mushavi kavadzindele.
Fortunately, Collen is naturally creative, which is an innate quality he possesses.
Vamwe ngavorine.
The quality of his life is determined by the depth of his commitment to excellence. Collen is so adaptive to changes. He knows that we have moved from total dependence of agrarian products to maximize benefits from the industrial age
Mwana wa Jesu Kristo.
and to gain benefits from the information age. We are now entering the communications age. He has created an unlimited future for himself by tapping into his brain power and channeling it
Kawisa na nere chimlere chidobera.
like a powerful current. Collen once served before resuming the responsibility to lead.
Rutiti runasekera.
The road to Collen's riches had turbulences. Indeed, God will make you sweat or put you into many trials before you prevail.
Sisile kaumele university.
Collen's story reminds me of a donkey that fell into a well.
Chidadamuhale.
Since the donkey was old, the farmer decided to bury it alive. He shoveled the soil onto the well and its back.
Wa shugorenga chabukoma.
Initially, the donkey realized what was happening and cried horribly.
Vasavafu developer shango.
Then, to everyone's amazement, it muted down. Surprisingly, with each shovel of dirt that hit his back, the donkey would shake it off and take a step up. It stepped out of the edge of the well and happily trotted off. I conclude my speech by reiterating the moral of the above story. Life is going to shovel all kinds of dirt on us. We must know how to deal with the negativity of that moment. Each of our troubles must serve as our stepping stone. That will confuse our enemies. Perseverance must remain our motto. Please shake it off and take a step up. March on, Collen, and make all hay while the sun still shines. A big thank you to you, Collen. Dende.
Arirume futi. Karirume shari toliwana.
Yufi fenda la manga mwali na bagode na mafena mambeni. Dimsanda gole chikotuka. Besiala ni gole chikotuka. Mpapula basiwa. Ni gole ngatawe. Mufenda mupika na ife la mfenda asala. Tabarangana mushkala lini na lini. Tengende amira, kakamera, chofuka na chawata. Mwali wanga, nende. Nende.